With so many beautiful men and so many great songs, you're probably wondering by now, who is my top 5 male K-pop groups? And I am going to tell you. Hello. This is Ashley, and you guys are watching Ashley D Reactions. And today, I'm going to be counting down my top 5 K-pop male groups. And I'm so excited for this. You guys know I listen to a lot of male groups, and they are wonderful. But even though I love so many of them, there can only be a top 5. And it's taken me a little time. I've been listening to K-pop for almost 2 months now. And that might not seem like a lot of time, but I've listened to quite a bit. And while there's definitely still more for me to listen to, I think I feel comfortable naming these guys as my top 5 groups. Let's just go ahead and get right into it. Let's start with my runner-ups. So the second runner-up is going to be History. I adore History. Their most recent song, Queen, is just so great to listen to, and their performance is wonderful. And in case you were wondering, my history bias is Deokyeon. But my bias wrecker is the lovely Jaeho. And my number 1 runner-up is going to be Monsta X. I really enjoy Monsta X. I've only been listening to them for a short amount of time, but in that little amount of time, I've pretty much loved everything that I've listened to from them. So they are definitely a great group, and I am looking out for more. I know that they recently debuted not too long ago, and I just absolutely love them.
I got a phone call. 도대체 몇 명의 남자들이 너의 폰이란 철가방에 있니? 다른 남자들의 자리를 말해내. 술 먹고 녹았던 빈 그릇 놓을 자리. 재미없지 감동 없지 싱거워. 너네들은 하나같이 간이 많이 안 됐죠. 소금 진하게 쳐줄게 가서 찾아 무서워 짜져 이제 가서 일로 두려 멀어워. 네가 다 이를 꼴대 위험해 내게 딱 뒤를 맞을 때
And in case you were wondering, my Monsta X bias is Shonu. Okay, it's time to get into the real business. My top 5 male groups. Coming in at number 5 is going to be the lovely BAP, Best Absolute Perfect. I just love BAP. They are so wonderful. I just really enjoy pretty much everything that they've put out. My favorite MV from them is definitely going to be One Shot because the story is fantastic and that part, it just kills me. And I just absolutely love BAP. I would love to meet them, especially Bang Jungkook, but just meeting any of them would thrill me to no end. Coming in at number 4 may not be too much of a surprise, but it is my dear lovely boys of GOT7. I just absolutely love GOT7, totally and completely, and it's actually almost uncontrollable, and it's just wonderful. I watch everything that they put out because they just make me laugh, and their music is actually really entertaining to listen to. But I just love them all so much. They are so fantastic and hilarious and wonderful. In case you were wondering, my bias within GOT7 is Jackson, but Mark and Bam Bam are close seconds. But then again, I also love Young Jae as well. And Junior now too. This is what happens when you love a group. You just end up loving them all. Time for my number 3 group. You guessed it, I'm Starlight, baby. I love me some Vicks. I seriously don't think that I can get through a single one of their videos without squealing because I love them all that much. But I seriously need them to stop working me over because they are just so fantastic. I just love them. In case you are wondering, my bias is constantly changing because I just love them all so much. But for today, I'm going to say it is In, although if you asked me yesterday, I would have said Kin, and I might say that tomorrow. The number 1 and 2 slots for me are extremely difficult, and I really struggled with determining who I was going to put where. I really did, and we're gonna just go ahead and get into this, and yeah, let's get into my number 2 group. Coming in right at number 2 is BTS, Bangtansoneondan. They are fantastic. I absolutely love them. I've already actually created my first Dear K-pop video completely dedicated to them. They are just pure love. They literally have not let me down at all. There is not a single song that I dislike from them. And while I may like some songs much more than others, there are none that I actually dislike, which is a huge feat. I would give up my left foot just so I could meet them. I would love to meet them that bad, just to talk with them and hang out with them. Oh, they're wonderful, wonderful, and fantastic. In fact, I'm gonna go so far as to say that I want to meet them even more than I want to meet my number 1 group. I love them in ways that I shouldn't, but I do. I really just want to meet them. But the best thing about them is that they seriously inspire me to do better. If it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't be trying to learn Korean. And it's time for my number 1 group. Number 1. This is so exciting. Some of you may have guessed this. Some of you might be new. You may not know. But coming in at number 1 is Big Bang. For a moment, I wasn't sure if I was going to give them the number one, but then I realized that for me, Big Bang transcends just being my favorite K-pop group. They are one of my all-time favorite groups out of any musicians ever. They are just so fantastic and so versed in what they do. They are talented and skilled and wonderful, and I really love them. And I will admit, there are definitely songs that I don't like from them, like outright don't like. But they are just so talented in what they do and what they create and how they dedicate themselves to the work and how they perform, that it's really hard for me not to admire them and look up to them in a way that feels more than just loving a K-pop group, but more like respecting an artist deeply, truly, 100%, and just being genuinely curious about what they will do next, regardless of whether I think I will like it or not. They are the kind of group where if I was presented a chance to meet with them, I don't even know if I would know what to say. I would just probably stare. And so those are my top K-pop groups. They're just wonderful, fantastic, amazing. I love them all so much. And why don't you let me know, who are your top 5 groups? I would love to hear what you guys say, because it's just really interesting to see what groups people love and what groups they don't. And also, let me know what your favorite song from each of them is down below. I'm out.